How's it going, everybody? So we're back out of the shop with another daily vlog. And guys, it's time to go ahead and make the handle scales for the chunky Tanto. So that beefy son of a gun right there. Now, when we're going through this video, I'm going to be talking about, the steps that I'm doing, but in between that, I'm going to talk about why I chose the thickness that I chose, why I chose the color that I chose, and the pen material that I'm going to end up using. I'm going to talk about all that stuff as we're kind of building them and putting them together. So just sit back, watch the video, listen to a voiceover, a little bit of banjo music, and let's get these things knocked out. So now we're going to go ahead and measure out how much scale material we need. You don't want to make these way bigger than you need them to be. You need just enough scale material to make your handle scales. Don't try and make them oversized, because then you're just wasting material that you can be using for other builds. And on this, I needed about 1.25 inches, so I just measured that out, used a straight edge, and drew me some lines so that I could get it cut. Now the porta bandsaw makes quick work of this, and I said it in a previous video. I love the porta bandsaw because it makes everything like this so much easier than trying to cut it by hand. Now we're going to go ahead and measure how long we need the scales to be, because there's no need, and again, wasting any material. Now I could have pressed all this together and just cut it all off and had a whole bunch of waste, but you can use these extra little pieces to layer into other scale material or use as accent pieces in other scales. So it's better just to cut off the excess and reutilize it later. So these pieces right here, I'll be able to utilize in other scales. Use it as accents, use as layers, all kinds of things. So we're going to keep those. Now we're going to scuff sand everything with a 220 grit sandpaper. This just makes it to where our glue has a way better mechanical bond whenever we go ahead and epoxy them together. Now we're going to take some acetone and just clean them. Now you don't have to get too crazy on this, because you don't want to end up messing with any of the glue that holds this G10 material together. So you're just doing enough to clean all the dust off and clean the material so that you can prep it for epoxy. We're just going to use our JB Weld 5-minute epoxy for this. I keep saying that whenever I run out of this, I'm going to be going to G-Flex or something like that, but I still have so much of this epoxy left that I'm just going to keep using it until I hit that point where I don't have any more. But for right now, I've got plenty. Now, we're just going to put enough on here to be able to coat the pieces. You don't want to go too crazy with it and have a whole bunch of squeeze out, because that just creates a bigger mess later. So I'm just putting enough on here to coat them so that we can press them together. And again, I'm so happy that the person suggested this wax paper to cover this piece of wood that I use. It has been amazing, and it's so easy to get these scales off whenever I'm finished pressing them together and they dry. I'm just using this piece of wood right here to even out the pressure of the clamps, so I only have to use one clamp. Alright guys, so as we go ahead and wrap up today's daily vlog, I wanted to go ahead and take these off here and talk about them for a second. So I wanted to go with a thinner scale from the get-go on this because I've looked at some of the other scales that I have, and even the ones that are 1/4 of an inch thick, they're still just a little bit too big. And whenever I was thinking this through, I was going to go ahead and do the double layered 1/8 inch thick scales, where it's an 1/8 inch thick scale, a liner, and then an 1/8 inch thick scale. Kind of like how I did the hunter knife right there. But I thought that that was still going to be too bulky. So I went ahead and just ran with the burgundy and the white, so that whenever you sandwich the tang with that, I like that thickness that we have there. It's a small EDC knife. It doesn't need to have some crazy thick handle scales on it like this right here. I mean, something like that would just be too much. It'd be too bulky because you're only using about that much of it. It's just, it would be too bulky, and I don't think I would like it aesthetically. Plus, it fits sheaths weird whenever you go that thick. With something this short, it's weird. So I wanted to make sure that I went thin and did everything to the proportions that I thought made sense. So that's what we did here. And then again, with the color, I wanted something that popped, that went well with the brass pins, but didn't outshine the blade. And I think that I went the right route on here. Y'all can let me know in the comment section whether y'all agree with that or not. But I am going to stop and pause and talk about something real quick. Now, I had a few people mention about the bevels on this, where they wanted me to go ahead and do the bevel here and the secondary bevel coming up like your normal Tanto. But I really like the way this turned out on this. And with that being said, I kind of agree with the original shape of it. I would have loved that, but it would leave the spine too thick. So kind of like a hindsight or an afterthought, if I would have went ahead, and I'm going to do it on this one right here, I am going to go ahead and do the bevel, the secondary bevel that comes up here, but I'm going to do a third bevel on the spine and do a false edge. So I think that if I do that, it'll make it to where the spine is thinner how I want it, plus we'll have the regular bevel like a Tanto, and then the upsweep. I think it's going to put that tip to where it's as thin as I want it to be. So we're going to do that on this one right here. I've got 3 of these, so what I'm going to do is I'll have this one right here. I'll have the one with the different, the 3 different bevels with the Tanto, and I'm going to film this one so that y'all actually get to see me do the bevels on this knife. That'll probably be coming up here soon so that y'all can actually see it kind of during this build. And we'll have, like I said, a video just dedicated to that, so you really get to see me make that. But guys, hey, that's pretty much the end of this one. What we're going to be working on tomorrow is heat treat, temper, and I don't think I'm going to acid etch this, but I am going to do the baker's mark on it. But I think it's just going to be heat treat and temper. I don't think that, I might acid etch one of them, but this one, I just want it to look nice and satin finished. So we are going to do that. I might acid etch it just to make the file area super dark. We'll talk about that when we do that video. Guys, this is the end of this one. Hey, if y'all haven't yet, give this video a thumbs up. Share this video or a video I've done in the past that might be your favorite. And if you haven't yet, bottom corner, all the way, dang, all the way down there, hit that subscribe button, and so you get notified for when we do the rest of the content on this, plus all the builds that we have coming up. Guys, thank y'all for coming by. Thank y'all for spending your time with me. Y'all have an amazing day. Y'all stay safe out there. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.